What's happening, guys? Flavor Anonymous here, also known as Penn and Teller today, because you're not going to talk very much, but that's okay. He's the pretty one. I'll be the talkative one. So, what are we doing today? Dylan came up with this crazy idea. I'm still a little out there, but I'm on board because it's part of the anarchist part of Flavor Anonymous. At least tell us, Dylan, the concept of the recipe, and then I'll talk while you work.
Yeah, so basically we're going to break all my rules.
Yeah.
I never put anything sweet on a brisket.
Ever.
Ever. It's always savory, always savory, always savory. Hey, some rules are meant to be broken.
So, this is about taking the cure.
The what?
The cure, right?
Yeah, the cure. You guys haven't heard of this one yet.
It's a brand new one. So
we're not even going to show you the bag or the label.
Nothing. It's brand
just
new.
Out of a bowl.
So the point of the cure is it can be used as a rub. It can actually be used as a curing agent for bacon, loins, salmon.
Yeah, you want to make your homemade bacon, get a pork belly, put this on it.
Put a pound of the cure on it.
You want to make our bacon from the neighbors to the north, get a loin, put a pound of cure on it.
Well, you avoided Canadian bacon like it was a political movement right there. Holy crap.
Well, we have some Canadians that watch, so.
Well, Sean's going to complain, but we don't care.
That's all right. He always tells us we spelled flavor wrong, so what does he know?
That's right.
But, yes, salmon. You name it, this can go on it and cure things, but the great thing about it is because we didn't put the curing salts. We didn't put prog powder or any of that in it.
Correct.
This is also a rub.
That's absolutely.
And that's what we're doing today. We're not curing this brisket. We're taking a rip on what's called a sugar cookie brisket.
Mm-hmm.
And we're putting a little anarchy in it.
Right.
So we're going to give it a little mood enhancer first rub.
Yeah.
And we're going to put the cure over it. So mood enhancer's the love, the cure is the glove.
Love, that's right. No love, no glove.
So let's get our meat ready for love and glove.
Let's do it. So you start trimming. I'll keep talking.
And what do we got here? What am I working on?
So this is a beautiful A9 Wagyu brisket point from Kevin at the butcher shop in Pensacola. We love this stuff. Listen, there's a lot of beautiful Wagyu out there right now. Kevin's not the only place to get it, but I'll tell you what, Kevin's a great guy, and I love spending money with Kevin because he hand selected this brisket. We told him what we wanted to do. He's like, I got you. This is why it's important, guys. These craft manufacturers, these craft businesses, you call them. Why is Flavor Anonymous different from going to True Value or whatever and buying off the shelf? Because this was made 8 days ago. 8 days. From the time it was put in the bag to the time we're putting it on a brisket. There's not another company out there committed to only doing small batches to deliver that level of quality in every bag. So you guys freaking out. You only do like 150 pounds at a time. You're ruining my life. We get it. But you know what we're not ruining? What's in here. And that to us is what matters. We've done this for a long time, Dylan. We've been with a lot of different companies. We've helped develop flavors for a lot of different companies. And what we come up with conceptually doesn't always end up on the table. And that's because of quality control, things that change once it hits the manufacturer. We decided we're fixing all of that. And that's what Flavor Anonymous is really about. So it's not for the stupid infomercial. It looks like you've trimmed this thing down and you got it all even. So the Moo'd
we trimmed it down and then we just butterflied this piece because I want everything to be nice and level and cooked.
Right. You want it even, so even cooking and also beautiful symmetrical burn ends, right? We're a little bit anarchist, but we like things to, be just so as well. So the Moo'd enhancer, if you guys have never had this, if you smell it, it's amazing. All the savory, all the salts coming from right here to counteract that sweet. Now, the cure, in fairness, has quite a bit of heat, and it has some salt already in it. But we want to be able to mix these two together and give you a completely different contrasting flavor. You're going to get a lot of bark out of this, and then you're going to get that caramelization.
Yeah, this is going to trap all this beautiful fat as it renders out. And you're going to get, they call it a sugar cookie brisket because of that crust.
Right.
It's going to be something different. It's not going to be that crunchy, thin crust. It's going to be a thicker, softer bark. It just has mounds and miles of flavor in it.
I think so. Let's do it, dude.
Hit it.
Hit it, Arian. So if we were Thelma and Louise, who's Thelma and who's Louise?
I don't know, but I just want the Cadillac.
That was a cool car. All right, so that is the listen, you guys know how potent this stuff is.
Actually, I like Gina Davis.
You'll be Gina Davis?
I'll be Gina Davis. She's a little more manly. You can be Susan.
I like Susan Sarandon. She's fine. Her daughter's hot. Anyway, so that's an unapologetic coat of Moo'd Enhance. You guys know how much pow this brings to the table. It is a lot of flavor. We're going all in on this one. We're not going down the middle. Everything we're cooking with Flavor Anonymous is about bringing a different perspective, a different, just a little bit off kilter, but it's still about being tasty, right? It's still got to work. It's only a good idea if it works and it tastes.
It's definitely going to work. But the thing about it is, this is going to be excess in the best way possible.
Right.
This isn't excess for excess sake.
Sure.
This is excess the way it should be.
I like it.
We're not putting 50 different things on this brisket. Nobody's saying let's coat it in American cheese.
Right. American cheese. I got sad there for a minute. All right. Man, camera guys, you can smell that, right? Yeah. We're gonna pass this around. Everybody can,
Is there a method to your
snort
madness on
some.
putting the savory on first and the sweet on second?
No, it really has to do
that
with
with conversations.
yeah. So, why are we putting the Moo'd down first, right? It's the savory versus the sweet. It really has to do with the bark building capabilities of the Moo'd enhancer, and then trying to trap that with that sugar cure, or that snap that's going to form out of the sugar going on top. I like it.
I
Tell you what,
like it a lot.
yeah, ought to be a lot. Tell you what, we need to put that thing on a rack, man.
What we need to do is let this rest.
It's got to
for
rest a little
10
bit.
15 minutes. It's going to soak in.
Yep. Then we'll put it on.
Then we're going to throw it on.
Hot and fast, baby. All right, 10 to 15 minutes. We'll check back. All right, so are we cured?
We're cured. Now it's time to relax in the spa of smoke.
Let's do it. Let's throw it on.
All right.
Our brisket's hit temp. We've probed it. It's tender. It's time to bring it out here and let it kind of air down a little bit. And you'll see when I come out here and land it here, you're going to see it. It's bubbly. It almost looks like a caramel because of that sugar in the cure. I mean, that's the whole point. So it's going to have this sweet, crunchy texture on the outside once it air cures a little bit. But you got to bring the temperature down nice and easy. Don't wrap it. And then once it cools, then we're going to cube it up. But let's get in here and get the brisket out here so you can see it. Look at that. Bubble, bubble. What you're seeing is not just the moisture from the brisket, but actually if you touch that, that is basically almost turned into caramel because of all the sugar. I mean, it's beautiful. You don't want to cut into this right now. It's just going to go everywhere, so just let it rest. And you may be admiring the use of 2 spatulas. It's okay. I worked in a Japanese restaurant, never, but I'm still qualified because anytime you have 2 spatulas, you're a badass. All right, let's let this rest about 15 minutes, and then we're going to feed the crew. Our brisket's totally rested. It's ready to rock and roll. How do we know? You lightly graze the back of your hand, gently measuring for, no, none of that crap. Listen. How hot is it? Can you keep your hand on it for a minute? It's great. If it's any hotter than that, you probably want to wait. All right? It's warm. It's ready. But it's not bubbly hot. It's not going to burn you. So what are we going to do? Nothing super crafty here. It's not what we're about. What we are about is good eats. So what we're going to do is just cube these up. And while I'm cutting this, listen, I'll tell you the difference that a lot of videos and a lot of companies, you'll notice we always include the crew, right? In everything we do. These guys and gals, they film a barbecue show, they know what's up, they know food, We're all about feeding them. When you make the camera guy give you a mother effer, that's good, like a full Samuel Jackson moment, you know what I mean? They have that moment, then you know you've done something. And we like to always give back to the crew. They make us look good, we like to feed them good. So we got these cut, they're about 1-inch squares, just come back the other way. And notice I didn't start right at the edge. These are the extra crispies. I personally love these, some people don't. But I started where I was going to have the bulk of my 1-inch squares. And it's still warm. But it's not so hot that it's just, right, we don't have a lake going on here. Man, it smells good. Beautiful. And we did this start to finish really about 4 hours. Didn't take much. We left it alone. The question is, great, you did it, but how is it? Let's take one in the middle that's good and hot. Still steamy. Yeah, plenty juicy. There we go. Burning my fingers. But it's gorgeous. It's everything it should be. Look at that one. Succulent, juicy, and delicious. Oh man. Savory, sweet. Y'all gotta give me a minute. This is good. The cure on top of Moo'd Enhancer, it's odd. I'll be honest. At first you're like, what's going on here? And then you have this revelation of all this savoriness, the sweetness, and it's so good, so good. Give it a try. This is one of those harebrained ideas that we thought it's going to be great, or it won't, but it's flavored honest, so it's always great. That's enough for me, though. Again, how do we measure the goodness of a video? By seeing what the crew has to say. So if these are left at the end, we didn't win, but if they're all gone, right? That's what it's all about. You're feeding people, you got to make people happy. The crew's got to get in here. We're going to get their feedback. You've heard them. We leave the cameras rolling, so when they're having their moments talking about this is better than so-and-so's competition brisket or so-and-so's competition ribs, we're letting you hear all that. We're not hiding it. So that's what it's all about. We're being real. So get on in here and let's eat. Woohoo!
I'll try this.
Oh God. Wow. Wow. That's meat candy. That's like a breath.
That cookie part.
Money. Man,
Yeah, the flavors.
that's out of bounds. Vanilla?
This is so unique and amazing. That's like a breath. Wow. That's meat candy.
I'll try this.
Oh God. Wow.
That cookie part.
Money.
Man, yeah, the flavors.
That's out of bounds. Vanilla?
This is so unique and amazing.